I'm saying? It wasn't no, you know, when they was talking about understanding seed, they was just saying a light-skinned black person. But now, they black, but we talking about Hispanic, Dominican, Japanese, Chinese, and all that there. That's in the nation, with names. You understand? When we talking about the understanding seeds now, as far as this, when we talking about pigmentation or whatever, you know, it could be in the mind. You understand? It could be a black seed, meaning a knowledge seed, but what he gave was understanding to somebody that they didn't have. So for that person, that was their understanding seed. See? Because it's mind that detect mind. So this is why I'm saying that's the personalized. So that's why it's about brother, sister, and us beginning to treat one another in them ways. No, not me trying to tell you how to conduct your family, but understanding that we could do family things together. I know some brothers, and it was troubling me. Some of my beloved brothers in Boston, I've known for about 30 years almost. They've been there, we've been there. But it seems like in the holidays, as much as we love each other and we have come for one another for joy, and we have come for one another with problems and trouble. But in the end of the year, when it's a holiday time for some people, you know, some people, oh, holidays, you know, there's a rap for that. Then there's one, oh, well, did you know that the father gave Christmas parties for the kids because he liked to see the joy for the kids, and, you know, so forth and so on. Or it could be the Kwanzaa group or whatever. But that's a time where families come together. You know what I'm saying? Like it or not, that happens in America. And what was troubling me was, I said, damn, I done known these brothers all this time, and it seems like me, and you know, I can't point finger because three come back to me. We don't never call each other around the holidays. Why is that? You know, and so I'm investigating that in my own mind and thinking about how we, you know, so much caught up on this, you know, more righteous than the next, and this, you know, I self Lord and master thing, which is a good thing, yet it's about people, man. You know, and seeing smiles on people's face and being happy around one another. What's this? Oh, peace, God. And you're just frowning all up, and you gotta be all tight and you told a joke. Could we look at that fool that you got the braids out of DC or wherever he at and say all that crazy stuff? You know what I mean? And you're gonna laugh. That's all right, we can laugh. We got the knowledge, that's all right. But people, what's today's mathematics, bro? Well, how you see that, God? You know, come on, man. You know, so this is a wonderful thing that y'all coming together, we coming together, you know, from different places, different experiences and all that, because that's what this is about. That's what this picture represents. Different experiences. And it's about improving the quality of life. So we have to talk about infrastructure. So we got skills and abilities and talents. A lot of them, like I said, that's taking care of that parliament now. They sacrifice. They're smart dudes. Smart dudes. But they sacrifice families, education, money, position, so that we could get it. So those of us that went to school or, you know, got a trade or knowledge or different things, we are supposed to hone that to the best. It's supposed to be the earth of that, the God of that. You understand? Of the worlds. Meaning the top. Because there ain't nothing wrong with equality, y'all. And some of y'all, you know, be ready to look down your nose at a sister and all that, and they be running circles around you with many things. You understand? And if, you know, we is in the earth, but we is not of it. You understand? But if you ain't operating on that mathematics, you'll be the man in the cipher. You'll be caught up. Knowledge in the power instead of knowing that you got the power. And that'll be your six. You understand? So, you know, we ain't against one another, yet success, that's not gender specific. So please understand that and encourage You know, especially in this day and time, especially with the fact that we have so many that is locked away, you know, and is not going to be able to see their children anymore and so forth. And that, you know, I could be more supportive in the fact of you, you know, being successful professionally than saying, damn, you fine and I would like to get with you because I know your man is not coming back. You know, that's the lust. You know, get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Be more supportive to a sister in relationship to the fact that you want to have a solid foundation in that if she could get a car ride or her and her children could get somewhere without an alternative motive by the driver.
True indeed.
You understand? This is where we have to go to. And it's not easy because my whole history prior to getting knowledge or in knowledge, because of, you know, my look or my swag or my delivery, it's been easy for me to, you know, convince women to do what I like them to do. That could be me. I'm not saying me now. But say for instance, okay? So I then in turn meet a sister, you understand, that is trying to do the right thing. And I go back to that equality that I knew, like today's degree, dealing with the 85. Some of us got 85, destroying our power within ourselves because of our habits and our conduct. So it's easy for me to, like, you know, mathematically, yo, spit that game, you know what I mean? And then the next thing, she feeling me and I'm feeling her, and it's a whole bunch of conflict. And it don't need to be, because it still should be that respect. You understand? For what is already there and what's already established. Thus, if it wasn't a man that introduced her, then it wouldn't have been Queen so-and-so, Earth so-and-so, or, you know, Little Shatik, or, you know, Little Omeka, or whatever. Obviously, the knowledge was there. So now how you just going to claim jump because of a condition? You see? And that's getting away from the personalized part. And that's you acknowledging the culture, but the culture is not your foundation. Because we don't do that kind of stuff. You see? ABG talked about in The Son of Man, said, well, bathing suits for a swimming outing when the father was here. And when the sister said, you know, because they voluptuous in their own right, they want to be, you know, contemporary, fashionable, they said bikinis. And then, you know, excuse my language, but then brothers talking about, oh, how they want to, you know, he out true it or whatever. Can't do no bikinis because people thinking the wrong way, they culture. You understand? So this is why us being part of that human families, yeah, I know supreme being and all like that, yet, damn, you got a house, I got a house or whatever, commode in there, water. This is the commonalities that exist in the world that we need to work on. All right? And we need to build our infrastructure. The sisters were so gracious in bringing forth one of them wonderful jewels, which is food. All right? But they need places to prepare it.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's the shelter. You know what I mean? And they can't be up in there, you know, showing the children or showing you how to cook butt naked. This is not, you know, 120 degrees and all that, you know, and not lessons, but temperature, where it wouldn't call for wearing clothing or just maybe something just to cover private areas. We're not in it like that. So therefore, clothing, proper clothing is needed. You know, and that's fine if they dress in a certain refined way and so forth and all like that, but just a quick footnote to y'all brothers, y'all like a woman that was a certain way, attracted to her, and then don't want to even give her a chance to evolve into something else, but all of a sudden, right, automatically, you gotta be like this, and you gotta do this, and so forth and so on. But what about you when you had that pork chop in your back pocket, and somebody was telling you about the knowledge of self and how hard-headed and stubborn that you were in terms of accepting that? Or even, like I said, having the knowledge of yourself and then change your conduct still, you know, that whole, you know, is Red Riding Hood here, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm grandmama, but actually I'm the wolf, and that whole thing. you know what I mean, that whole wolf in sheep's clothing of what I'm speaking of. You know, so in relation to that, it's the culture that we need to clean up. First with ourselves, understanding, to close. This is personal. This is a personal thing. All right? So take it personal.